And right after, we'll have a game between Burchell High and Andrew Demoski Faze 907. Hell of a name. Next week, we'll have double games all week for the Alaska region as well. For Rocket League, it'll be back-to-back games on Tuesday, while Monday will feature our League of Legends match, and Friday will feature the Overwatch match. Make sure you don't miss it. I want to thank our sponsor, Mob Crush, the Yukon Gaming Club, and the Yukon School of Engineering for making this season possible. Now, let's get into the game. My name is Gorka, and this series I'm joined by Volleyball.
Yeah, how's it going, man? Just been some tech issues leading up to this, but we got everyone in the lobby for Game 1, best of 5. We finally have a stream for the Alaska region. It's going to be great. How are you feeling about this one, man?
Oh, man, I'm finally getting to catch some Rocket League. It's going to be good, honestly. Both these teams, what I've heard, are doing pretty well, so let's hope and see if they bring in some really good Rocket League for today.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to live up to the match that happened earlier where we had it go almost all the way to 5 games. There's like 2 overtimes, 2 games had like 9 goals scored in each of them. Is pretty crazy, but I'm sure they'll try to bring some heat and intensity to warm themselves up in that Alaska region during this match.
Exactly, making sure that their computers don't freeze. But right now we're seeing that the Knights are already getting the ball quite nice and quite close to the Burchell goal, but Burchell's blocking it right back and just sending it back to them.
Yeah, it's been some great aggression from the Knights, and as you mentioned, even better defense from Burchell. They're able to knock it away from Skippy on this shot, Nevada Girl.
Yeah, it was real close to the goal as well. So
yeah, exactly.
Just nice little save there. Counted as a save as well, which is always annoying when you get a really nice save, but it counts as a clear ball.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes oh!
Oh, my God. Oh, man. All right. And that's off to a great start. The first goal of the game, a self-goal by Auto Switch, who just decides to back into the ball and knocks it right into his own goal. Great start to the match, honestly. Nice little mood setter for how the Knights, or hopefully how the Knights aren't going to play for the rest of the game, but we'll see if they continue.
Yeah, very unfortunate from Burchell there, but they're able to come straight back. Nova Fox got the touch on this one right over top of the defender. We saw it off the kickoff, pinched onto the wall, and then too tough of an angle for either of the defenders to get. And the last one just kind of fell on their side and just gave up, it seems.
Yeah, and Liston right there kind of just having a bit of a blunder there, trying to back up and get the angle, but winds up on his, belly up, not really able to do much. So yeah, though we might see that he makes it back up, and he shows us an actual skill by making the second goal.
Yeah, and that was a great setup by Skippy. Got it off the back wall, saw that one of the defenders wouldn't be able to keep up with it, and then centered it for a listed deer to put it in. So this might be another high goal-scoring game like we saw happen in the series in Connecticut.
Yeah, exactly. This is already 2-1, and we're only at 3:25. Honestly, right there, you nearly saw Nevada Girl almost get a goal there. But yeah, it was a very nice setup by Skippy for Enlisted. If we continue seeing nice setups like that and nice assists, especially from Burchell, that would be very nice to see and give some opportunity to them.
Oh. But this time we saw Skippy strike true into the back of the net. Was able to intercept that clear coming out from Burchell, and they actually, all 3 of them, pushed up way too far past their net, and that's what they got to worry about, those long clears stopping their offensive attacks. And if they can do that, they'll be able to overcome the odds and maybe tie things up.
Yeah, it's definitely one thing that Burchell is doing very well. They're splitting up their players in very tactical positions. They always got somebody in goal, mostly Enlisted, but Nevada's been in there a bit. And Slippy, he's kind of just, playing. Skippy, he's been playing, on his own in the front with a bit of support from Nevada, but that's about it. And he's been, just making just a lot of use of the lack of defense that the Knights are playing with.
Yeah, so we'll see what I think you might have mixed the names up for a second. Actually, the blue side is the Knights and the orange side is Burchell. But the Knights do score again. You were giving Nevada Girl praise before. She's able to put one right past the defense. A great touch, but even greater setup by Skippy there.
Yep, exactly. I'm going to get the team's names right now. Yeah, the Knights are doing a very good job just setting those stuff up. Skippy as well, having a bit of a knack to hitting it off the wall and bring it for his teammates. Though we might see a little bit of a blunder from Nevada. She tried to get the ball out of the goal, but missed it a bit. Luckily, Burchell wasn't exactly able to capitalize it. Though they might be able to capitalize now, not so much.
Yeah, we've seen a few good opportunities for Burchell, but they've just been squashed out by the Knights. Whenever they're on defense, they just take it away from them, stop any of their passing plays before they even happen. And that's very crucial for their strategy going forward. So they don't even have to worry about a comeback at this point based on what we've seen.
Yeah, exactly. Like right there, you just saw a nice example of that. Blade Steel was trying to bring up the ball to the other side, right towards the Knights' goal, but he kind of just kept it on the wall. Very simple, easy to block for the Knights, though we might see a goal from them. Well, yep.
Yeah, that was a great setup by Nevada Girl. She didn't even have to touch it to pass it forward. Just Kill Switch couldn't really get in the way of that angle. He didn't want to knock it into his own net like his teammate did before. So instead, he just tried flipping and getting a different perspective
angle
on that one. I guess you could say, yeah. I was trying to find a different word for angle, but Skippy gets a pretty nice one here.
Yeah, exactly. That was really good. Skippy just kind of jumping right out, getting the first touch, and just getting the ball to the other side, bouncing off the wall, and showing us another one of his, I'm assuming, famous wall to goal hits. Very nice to see. And also just want to say that Kill Switch, when he was defending the goal from earlier, from the goal before, he just didn't want to make a repeat of his initial mistake, which is what happened in the very first goal for the game.
Yeah, exactly. Don't want to repeat those mistakes. That's how you improve. But Skippy's been improving his shooting percentage so far in this game.
Yeah, exactly.
6 shots, now 4 goals to his name. A great assist by Enlisted Deer. The first one, actually, he was able to get.
Yeah, and it was definitely a product of Burchell continuing their team mistakes for them all to just dive bomb the ball and just letting Skippy just play free with the ball on their side of the map. So, bit of a very much a large mistake that they made, and it seems like they're going to be doing the same thing with Enlisted and Nevada Girl free with the ball, but Skippy is there to prevent them from getting it all the way to their goal when Burchell managed to take possession again. Maybe that's a long goal. Not much.
Yeah, we've already taken a sunny trip to Brazil to escape the cold for both of these teams. Only have to wait 45 seconds for the victor to be announced for game 1. Most likely, bar a miracle at this point, going to be the Knights taking game 1. But if you're Burchell, I'd say what you need to prove upon is your positioning. They pushed up too many times towards the Knights side, and that's where they left their net wide open for attack. And that's exactly what Skippy did time and time and time again. So if they can clean that up, they might be able to actually keep it more competitive in the next one.
Yeah, and another thing I would really like to mention and see, yeah, there goes another goal for Skippy. Exactly, just going straight through the little hole that Burchell had with no real players kind of going after the ball. Like Nova Fox may have had a chance if it was fast enough, but no, Skippy was able to just push the ball immediately as it started moving away from the goal, and that just gave him bringing up the score to 8-1. But yes, one thing I would like to see from Burchell next game, which they probably should be mentioning now, is that they should have players be a bit more aggressive when defending. A lot of the defenses and a lot of saves are very close to the inside of the goal, and they can't really navigate around there very well. So definitely, if they just manage to up their line of defense, push it out a little bit farther, just so they can get it like in that little box area in the goalie box and just keep it outside of the goalie box, the ball, they can definitely do a much better job just defending and blocking those goals. But alas, that's not exactly what happened in this game with this first game ending 8-1 in favor of the Knights.
Hopefully, well, we got our 9 goals.
Yeah, we got the 9 goals. You said to yourself every game going 9 goals. Hopefully, maybe
goodness,
we'll do the same thing.
Yeah, but as you were mentioning, that's some great insight to provide on why they weren't able to break out of their own end consistent enough. They were all stuck in that goal line, not even at the edge of the box, and they kept basically not really stepping on each other's toes because they're in cars, but like running each other over, you could say, instead inside
smashing
that
through
net.
Each other's wheels.
Yeah, exactly. Just playing.
And definitely having
in the net.
Yeah, definitely having a defensive line that's a bit farther out, especially because I've been noticing that Skippy likes to shoot kind of farther away. Like a lot of his like wall shots, he bounces off the wall and brings it like to the center, centering it for him. That's actually kind of, he has some distance between him and the actual goal. So if the defensive line was like right on him, they could block the ball as Skippy hits it, or maybe even just ram into Skippy himself and just prevent him from actually getting that nice shot. But we'll see if they do it in this first game. Doesn't really seem so because Burchell's already having all the players except for Kill Switch. Oh, I thought that they were going to do a setup for Kill Switch right there. It looked like it, but didn't really take the opportunity. But yeah, definitely Burchell kind of just continuing with their mass rush right onto the ball.
All three, all out offense. And it doesn't work out this time, though, as we've seen a few misses. I need to break that one down before that even happened there. They all pushed up. They had a few misses in the midfield. You said they were going to go for a setup, which could have got them the first goal, but instead, saw what happened last game. They got broken past because they didn't get the touches, and then no one was in net, and then they got scored on.
Okay, we see an immediate change in the strategy here. We actually see Blade Steel going back into goalie for at least 5 seconds until he decides to once again join his team. But hey, there's another setup. They actually tried to bounce the wall off to Blade Steel. I believe it was Kill Switch. Actually, no, Kill Switch is now back for defense. And see, they're actually starting to spread apart a bit more. They have Blade Steel still in goal, even though the ball is on the side of the Knights. But they definitely know that the Knights are shooting from far and, you know, able to get the ball to the other side very quickly. And they're also getting rid of the players, which is something that we saw a couple times beforehand. You know, we see a bit of a revenge killing over there, an eye for an eye. But yeah, it seems like, okay, immediate change from Burchell is what I really want to point out, that they're actually starting to spread apart a bit more.
Well, yeah, that's a good thing to point out as well, because in the Connecticut region, there's some like evolution that goes on. The first season, we saw one person being dedicated as a goalie because they didn't have the mechanical skill. Already, again, though, Nevada Girl sneaking that one right past them. Blade Steel with an unfortunate touch off the side. Almost got the second one. Could have got them a goal, but they couldn't get the final touch on net. Kill Switch was not able to react in time as well. And one thing to note, one thing to quickly note, we are playing on East servers because there were some connection difficulties for the West servers. So they have higher ping than they normally would, especially being in Alaska. So that could also be a factor affecting them.
Yeah, definitely. Kill Switch was a bit late on the reaction, though he did kind of bounce instead of backwards to block the ball to the side, which is something I do all the time, so I perfectly understand how that feels. But yeah, definitely that delay might be playing a bit more into it, even though all the players actually looking at the scoreboard, Burchell does have a larger, higher latency and higher ping than Knights, though it's still at roughly 100 for the Knights and 120 for Burchell. So not that big of a difference once you get to those numbers.
True, but it might be a bigger difference than they're used to playing just Rocket League in general. So some of them might be able to adapt a bit more, which seems to be what like the Knights are doing. They're able to pull out better strategies that work well, even in the higher ping situations.
Yeah, though you can say for sure that Kill Switch, don't mean to rip on the guy too much, but he's definitely not adapting too well. You saw him, mess up trying to block the goal and get a clear ball on the wall there, and not going too well for him. Blade Steel, though, he's showing up. He's playing a lot more defensively, and he's actually getting a lot of balls out. Like right there, an aerial hit back onto the side of the Knights. Very nicely done. With Kill Switch actually following up, trying to bring it in, hitting it a little too much to the left, so it goes to the wall. And now Skippy is doing a very nice dribbling the ball across the field. But Blade Switch comes in and just stops him once again.
Yeah, so only 2 minutes remaining on the clock. It's a lot better situation than last game for sure at this point.
Oh, yeah, more of an even scoreline. Honestly, Burchell could probably make it. Although we're about to see 3-0. Yep, we are. Okay, I was about to say, he spoke too soon, but no, he got it. It's Skippy. He's got it. So, yeah, right there. A little bit close, bounced a little bit closer to the goal net, but still really nicely done by Skippy there. Very clean in general. Once again, you saw Burchell go into their old habits, not really having anybody in goal to protect that. They had a lot of players, rushing the ball earlier. So when Skippy got a hold of it, it was really just wide open. If they left someone like Blade Steel back there and just had Kill Switch and the other guy, Nova Fox, just running in, honestly, maybe they could have had a better shot. Not really. That wasn't really what happened.
Yeah, so there might be another chance here for the Knights to score if they're able to keep it in their side. They do bait out one of the defenders. Nova Fox actually goes for the demo. Very heads-up play by him, trying to buy his teammates some time. Knew he couldn't win that challenge, but doesn't matter. Oh, actually does matter. They take out Skippy. They know these demos are crucial for their chance to come back. They need 3 goals in a little over a minute's time if they want to at least get a tie game.
Exactly, yeah. And you saw there, Nova, that was his 7th kill this game. His 7th demo. So they're definitely going a little bit trigger happy.
Oh, there's another one.
Right there, another one. He's got 8 to the scoreboard. Exactly. He's not getting goals. He's getting demos. He's picking up his KDR. So, yeah. But honestly, those demos are a very nice idea. Very good idea, honestly, because you see that Skippy getting a lot of momentum, especially with him just building up a lot of boost to support himself. And actually, all the players on the Knights doing a very good job with their boost and being able to move it. So just getting rid of that, denying the build-up of boost, and also just getting the play off the field is very crucial. Thing is, I'm not really seeing Burchell, capitalize upon the few seconds that they have with an player advantage. So
True.
Yeah, because it's still like keeping it in their side. And I don't think they're going to be getting 3 goals anytime soon.
Yeah, no, only 6 seconds left. No chance for them to really come back in this one. But instead of 8-1, it was 3-0. Oh, maybe 4-0. I don't want to speak too soon. Okay, 3-0 for the Knights. So definite improvement from game 1 to game 2. And you mentioned it before, the different style they decided to use instead.
Yeah, exactly. They had Blade Steel, fall back, play more as a defensive player, goalie, and he was doing a really good job of that, honestly. He got a lot of goals down. That's definitely the reason why they didn't manage to make it to 8, was just because of Blade Steel defense. That was crucial, honestly. Yeah, but I would definitely say that, which is interesting because he's actually the player with the highest ping on the server. I would like to point that out. So he's actually he's doing a pretty good job for Burchell as a defensive player. But yeah, they just have to be a bit more aggressive at the right moments. That's certainly something I'm noticing with Burchell, because like in the very beginning of the game when the ball's in the center, they all just rush in mass and just try to get it, play Little League soccer and just try to go straight for the ball, which isn't really that good because Skippy can just kind of just get in there, get the first touch, and just fly the ball through them onto the other side. But honestly, I still think that kind of strategy of bomb rushing the ball would actually work, and they can definitely pull something off like that. Pull something off, kind of like that. When they have those demolitions, which we saw, Nova Fox was just dying for them. Seriously, he was going straight for those demolitions.
He's like, okay, we might not get the goals, but I'll get all the demolitions, get that exterminator, which I think it's like after 7 or something.
It is after 7, yeah. So yeah, no, definitely. So I just say they should push more and be more aggressive. Nope. Like right now. Do it right now. Come on, push the ball. Go. Come on, kill switch. Hit it, man. Quit.
Okay. They have a chance here, though.
Exactly.
Nova Fox going for that demo as well. Skippy going to try and take this down the field. Now we actually have a chance to do some play-by-play because there isn't too much of a deficit for them to overcome. Blade Steel trying to push that down the pitch, but instead finally getting cleared out. But they're doing so much better than last game, and Skippy could have secured a goal there.
Yeah, exactly. Got it.
So yeah, midfield line. Oh,
very close. Yeah, exactly. We saw a little bit of life, moving in. They almost bridged. But once again, the first goal is going to be going in favor of the Knights. Yeah. One thing I'm noticing a lot, Nova is kind of trying to swerve less for the ball and more for other players. Yeah. So that's I think he's focusing too much on the demos. He really is, and that's one thing you guys switch up. And also, kill switch is being way too shy, way too ball shy. Come on, man. He's got to listen to my dad's advice. When I play Little League, I was always terrified of the ball, and my dad always says, "Please, you're not a bullfighter. You're a soccer player. Please do it."
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Exactly,
we saw that happen so many times. Oh, now Nova Fox getting more demos where a team demos one of the other their opponents so much in one game, then once they try to do it in the next game, the other team just starts dodging them. So they have to kind of mix it up. They don't want to use that strategy too much because then the other team will be able to adapt to that and just counteract it by just dodging whenever they hear one of the cars coming towards them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm also noticing that might just be me noticing random stuff, but I feel like the Knights are also kind of trying to go for a few more aerials and jumping a bit more. They're not doing it so much now, but like definitely, especially when Nova's around, they seem to be doing it. Like right there in the center of the field. You saw Skippy just playing footsie with Nova, but now we see Skippy actually getting another goal. So
yeah, funny you mentioned him. He just scored, but a great setup by Enlisted Deer. I feel like that's like an Xbox username that was just randomly generated for that tag. But Skippy, again, just living up to the way he played in the first and the second game. I feel like he's just going to be the main striker throughout the season for this team. We didn't get to see the rest of the matches that have happened so far, but just based off the little data we have now, Nova Fox will just demo everyone, and Skippy will score on everyone.
yeah, exactly. They're doing a very good job. Yeah, and also not much doing there. Maybe Skippy going for another one, but Kill Switch actually finally hitting the ball and getting it down the court. He hits the ball to the side. The Blade still might be able to make use of this, and he kind of does. Gets the ball out of Enlisted's face. So though Skippy right there with an aerial hit, and might make it, but nope. Now Blade's there. You see, exactly, that's what I'm saying. Blade is doing a very good job with those saves, honestly. I think he actually did get a savior, the 3 saves award.
Yeah, probably. Especially how much he was on that goal line. Nova Fox going for the Exterminator again, but you mentioned it before. They can't be too focused on the demos instead of the ball. Because right here, Enlisted Deer, no one to contest the ball at all. Usually we see Blade Steel back there, but since he was pushing up, trying to at least score a goal for their team, there was no chance for anyone to get in the way of that one.
Yeah, exactly. I think it would have been much more wiser for Nova Fox just to fall back and start playing a defensive role, especially since he saw that Blade Steel was in the front. Like, seriously, Kill Switch and Nova Fox, when Blade Steel comes over, it's like on the enemy side, just go back. Just fall back, make sure that you have a defense. Because if Nova did that, he may have been able to, block that Skippy goal, which was another one of those goals where he's outside the goal box having a bit of distance. So if you had a goalie in there, that could have been blocked very easily.
Now we still have to wait for 3 goals to be potentially scored by this Burchell side. Burchell, I mean. But now 4 goals as Nevada Girl puts another one into the net.
Yeah, exactly. I was almost Skippy's fourth goal, but Blade Steel was actually able to get it out of his hands, and he did a very good job just kind of just controlling it. But once again, a Nevada Girl was actually able to back up Skippy and still managed to get the goal for herself.
We're reaching the 1 minute remaining mark and just a little bit, and it doesn't seem like there's any sign of stopping for the Knights. They want to just get this game over with, try and practice their setup plays, because that's what they've been doing now, instead of just Skippy getting all the glory. And Listen Deer got his first hat trick of the night as well.
Exactly, yeah, that was a nice little there. You saw the tactics award being given to Skippy there, so definitely feels more like a bit of practice for them right there, and just a bit of stats padding with the amount of goals they're getting. So yeah, and once again we see here again Burchell rushing too much as a group and not really defending very well. Though Nevada Girl did hit the ball a little too high over the goal, so no real setup there. Though Skippy's coming back, so this is a terrifying proposition for Burchell.
One thing to note is that any team who's going to watch the footage of this game or has played against the Knights so far, once it comes down to playoff time, you just want to hope that you don't face them at the beginning of it and just wait till be on the opposite side of the bracket so that you have a better chance at making it to the grand finals. Because what they're showing us so far is great for them and bad for their opponents, because they've been able to just suffocate the defense, force them to make mistakes, push it right past them time and time again, even after all these demos, and just get that dominating victory that we've seen.
Yeah, exactly. Each individual player has the skills. They understand the game. They're really, all in key with what part of the strategy they're supposed to be. It's very, very nicely, organized team. So even when one gets demoed, honestly, it doesn't impact them very much, because they can still play with a 2v1 pretty well. And we're going to see them win this series right now, 3-0. Very nicely played by the Knights. Honestly, that was very nice to see from them. Just good playing, each individual player just showing up, and that was a lot of fun to watch. Really.
Yeah.
Nice showcase of skill.
Definitely the highlight reel or the series with the highlight reel for the Knights. That entire 3 games that they played, got 8 goals in the first one, 3 in the second one, and then a modest 5 goals, you could say, in the last one against Burchell. But
yeah, just 5-0. Your typical
it's easy
score. Exactly. Easy game, easy life. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in to week 6 of the season with the Knights taking the victory. You can follow us at official EGF on Twitter and Twitch for updates and announcements. I want to say again that this season wouldn't be possible without the support of our sponsor, Mob Crush, the Yukon Gaming Club, and the Yukon School of Engineering. And seriously, they're just such a nice help, and they really are what makes this season possible. I'm Gorka, and you can find me at Gorka_man on Twitter.
And I'm Vaudible, or Nick Ambrosic, whatever you want to call me. And you can find me at Vaudible on Twitter and all the social medias. And thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you in just a little bit because we do have that second matchup. So don't go anywhere.